Brosplay. Okay.
I'm ready to race more.
Let's do the race more.
Aztec Mystic.
Aquila.
I haven't heard of that band.
Are you guys ready to do some more racing? You guys
So-
ready to get in a race game?
The other day, I watched Batman v Superman.
Oh, okay. For the first time?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Jinx, buy me a Volkswagen.
Coke. Oh man, I liked. I think it was not bad. I liked certain aspects of it for sure.
I liked it so much more than so many people were giving it like such a hard time.
Well,
man.
let's just talk about the elephant in the room, which is spoiler alert: the way the thing ends.
Well, I thought the ending of the movie was gonna be them not fighting. I didn't realize it was
That
gonna
it was gonna go on,
I didn't think they were gonna fight with each other.
like alongside each
yeah.
other. Oh, actually, you know what I meant? I meant the scene where they decide not to fight each other.
Yes, and that is actually my biggest issue with the film.
Yeah, so for those who have not seen the film, or for those who are okay with spoilers, Batman is about to kill Superman, and then Superman calls out for his mother, Martha, and Batman's mother is also named Martha, so Batman is like, what the fuck? Why are you calling out my mom's name? And then there's this big confusion, and then it just diffuses everything, and all of a sudden they're not fighting.
And here's the issue with it. Avengers, or sorry, I guess it was called, it was actually Captain America Civil War, did a great job at dividing the Avengers by using emotion. A single man, wow, nice 24 frames a second.
You think that was even 24? That was maybe 12?
10.
Yeah.
A man who holds the Avengers responsible for his family's death pits the Avengers against each other by using emotion, by abusing Tony's love for his parents and Black Panther's love for his father and all that stuff. It's smart, but it also is a good explanation for why the situation was diffused relatively quickly, because the entire thing was an intentional misunderstanding.
Yeah, it was orchestrated.
With Batman v Superman, there's a part where Batman says, Superman has the ability to destroy all life on Earth, and if there is even a 1% chance of him doing so, we need to consider it an absolute certainty, which is a very smart part of the movie. And then the only thing that stops him is finding out that he's similar to him.
That his mom has the same name.
Like, what I would love for someone to do is make a parody where at the beginning of the movie, when he's like branding the guys before they go in prison, when they're like, my mom's Martha, and he's like, oh shit, you're free to go. Like, the guy can destroy the entire planet, and your entire plan falls apart when you realize that guy has a similar part to his life.
Yeah.
That is so dumb.
So weak. Like,
It's
just such a thin plot
The issue
idea.
is that, like, what they could have done is, because Batman has Alfred and Superman has his girl, right? Lois. You could have just made it look, you just could have just had one person make it look like the other one tried to kill the other one, right?
Oh.
And then when the misunderstanding was found out, then they could have realized that they should be fighting alongside each other and not against. The whole Martha thing is just like, who knows, maybe the comic book did it that way, but I have a feeling the comic book would have made it a much better way as well.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I feel like the device was just so weak. You know how we talk about a lot in the discussions how things should be left the same way as the book?
Right.
Because there's no good reason to change it. That was maybe one of those moments where there was a good reason to change it, because it didn't really make a lot of sense, but they chose to be true to the original, which is like not always a good thing.
Well, I don't even know how the original did it. Like, that could be how they did it.
It's totally possible, because it was written in a comic book originally, I assume. Or is that a bad assumption?
Oh, Batman v Superman, it's most definitely a comic book thing, yeah. Because it's the beginning of the Justice League, and it's supposed to establish Batman. I think it's Batman who's the leader, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure. I think it's sort of like the Avengers. Tony is the intellectual leader, and Captain Rogers is the moral leader.
Right.
Right? I think it's the same kind of idea. I think Superman is sort of like the figurehead, but Batman is the true leader. And that is based off my zero knowledge of Justice League.
The other day I was listening, I was talking to a friend, and he was talking about a podcast he was listening to one time where they were discussing something they didn't understand, and they spent like half an hour. I don't actually remember. You know what? It's relative to the topic. I don't remember how long he said it went on for, but he said that almost everything they were saying was stuff they didn't know. So it was like, this is like this, I think. Oh yes, I think if that's the way it is, then it would be better like this, I'm pretty sure. So there was like, nothing was solid, and he was just kind of like going mad.
Like, why are you talking about this?
He's like, I understand it. Like, I have the answers for you, and I'm just listening to you speculate for like an extended amount of time.
That is a really big part of why it sucks, is when you know better. That's when it really sucks for you, because you're like, man, if I was sitting in this room, this whole conversation would be way easier.
And it's easiest to explain when you have an example. Like, I watched 2 different Brockhampton videos.
Fuck, here we are again.
Oh, you got this slide up on the right.
Yes!
Nice.
Woo!
Fuck you, Monica.
Come on, Dan. Look at that. Oh my god.
Oh.
0.03 seconds. That's how much I beat her by.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, I am amazing.
I don't like this stereotype.
Stereotype, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
New tail lights.
I really like that my car gets fixed up all on its own, because I feel like we would be in for a lot of expenses. I like to smash these babies up.
Oh, dude. We never leave the PS2 in the room.
Oh, shit. Yeah, what? This has been a bad recording session.
It's fine, dude. With the constant driving noises and music, it's not. Ooh.
Ballistic.
Ooh.
That's one of the best things about this game still, is the music. It just brings you together, man. Just brings all the pieces in. $1,200. All right, we're gonna win some real money here.
That's not a lot of money for the extremely dangerous stunt you're pulling here.
Yeah, exactly. When you consider that the fines alone, if you got captured doing this, would probably be tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, they could potentially impound your vehicle, like, for an extended period of time too.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that for anyone who doesn't live in Canada, we have laws for anyone going 50 kilometers over the speed limit. It's considered street racing. But what I do find a little ironic is that if you were actually street racing but just weren't going that fast, it wouldn't be as bad. Like the charge wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, like if you were just doing like a sprint race at a stoplight, and you're only doing like, I don't know, 20 over. Still very dangerous, but
yeah, I think they might still be able to charge you with street racing though.
Oh,
because there's one of those things that it's like we have distracted driving laws here, so you can't text and drive, but you're also not allowed to read a book and drive.
dude, I always made that joke about how like you wouldn't read a book while walking down the street, and I saw a woman honestly reading a fucking book walking down the street.
Really?
So
like a texter and walker, but she had a book.
It was a book, a legit like paperback novel.
That just seems like a really good way to hurt yourself, ruin your book, and be an asshole to the people around you.
Well, man, I consider myself a real like. I'm definitely in the group of like. This is something most people don't realize, is that almost everybody is afraid of silence nowadays. Most people are trying to just like live their life from one thing to the next, just constantly.
Yeah, constant noise. It's so true.
Most people are very, very afraid of silence because they're left with their own thoughts, and they don't even necessarily like say it out loud. But you're not alone. In fact, you're probably part of a majority of people that do that. But anyway, I do that all the time. I'm constantly moving from one thing to the next, and the only quiet time I actually have is walking places. And so, like, even as a person that's heavily distracted, I still don't agree with doing anything on your phone while you're walking.
Yeah, I like having those quiet moments that happen between things. I feel like that is super important.
Yeah.
One thing that I used to do is I used to go for walks to go enjoy some of the green by the forest. And
the green forest. Of
yeah,
course.
the green forest. So going for that walk, getting outside and just getting fresh air and seeing something different is a totally different experience. All of a sudden, when you're just sitting at home having beers, you lose that.
Yep.
And you don't think about it. People always tell you, yeah, you need fresh air, you need exercise. But it's so easy when you're getting fresh air and exercise to not think about how important they are to your body.
Dude, working out, man, is so good for you mentally. because it stretches you to like an extreme that reminds you that all of that quiet time you spend sitting at a desk is not like that is not supposed to be a normal thing. You're supposed to have variety on a regular basis.
And you're supposed to have strain every day. There should be
Yeah.
something you're doing every day that taxes your body.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
the way we have been all along.
It also, you'll actually find yourself making good decisions when you've pushed your body physically. You start to have this feeling like the things that you're worried about stop being as big as an issue once you realize that you're overthinking it because you're spending so much time not being physical.
That's a good point. And you'll sometimes find yourself just like sad. And
Yeah.
You won't be able to. You can't figure out why.
Yeah, there's nothing objective in your life to actually make you sad, and yet you're not feeling well, and there's no reason for it.
And that's a bad feeling.
Well, I try to take that, like I try to take excuses away from people when they talk about things like that, like people who consistently have backaches and stuff at our age, and I'm like, do you stretch? No, it's like, okay,
You gotta stretch, man.
that's a start.
My biggest issue is with my glutes, and so now I have to do like glute exercises every day to strengthen them.
Because you sit all the time.
No standing.
You should probably start this, eh?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna just restart this. No, it's standing on work sites because it's always on uneven ground.
Oh.
So my hips are always at like awkward angles and stuff.
Dude, yeah, that's totally. You should get like the backhoe guy to go over there and just dig you a solid platform.
Yeah, you make a flat space for me.
Lay some concrete the day before.
Go to the site, spend all this extra money.
Dude, it's like in Japan where like tired people are considered hard workers. Like they'll just be like, look, Derek puts all this effort into putting flat ground.
The worst is when the ground is frozen, because then there isn't shit you can do. You're standing in a farm field that's got like bumps in it because they tilled it, like like the farmer does. And yeah, it's all hard frozen. There's nothing you can do. Although, when it's hard and frozen, it doesn't get stuck to your boots and shit. So there's upsides.
There's a guy come by and he's like, and you're like, this is tilted, and he's like, yeah, Matilda.
No, I've never had that happen.
I did not structure that joke even close to.
That's why I laughed like that.
It was a pity laugh.
I was more laughing at the attempt to make the joke than at the joke itself. I apologize. I'm not insulting you. I'm just informing you.
Oh yeah,
Trying to be fair.
dude. So many people can't handle like the sarcasm and the way that you and I make fun of each other for doing stuff. Like a lot of people can't handle it. They don't.
Yeah, I know.
They take like so much offense to it. Oh.
Oh, no.
That was a bad decision.
Oh
brother.
no, maybe it wasn't.
Oh. Wow. Look at that.
That was so lucky. Oh, it's all chaos. It's all chaos. I still don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. They're so much faster than I am.
Don't you just hate it when you're doing a street race and you lose? What's up with that?
It's the worst. Oh, can I do
oh.
it? Yeah.
Well done, brother.
Yeah, boy, drafting.
Wow.
Yeah. This game is actually legitimately hard,
Yeah.
which I like.
And you're only E-dub.
Zan.
Dude, it's E-dub.
And then drywall. Such a great name. I like that it's spelt that way too.
Drewall.
All right. Maybe we do something else for now.
Special move zone.
Zone. What does that? Does that give me like a zone people can't go in, like a little AOE? Look for other races. I know I can beat the unbeatable guys, so.
By playing by racing 3 times.
Oh, zone slows things down.
Oh.
What?
I forgot about that.
Okay.
Oh, you're rewarded for not crashing into things by giving you an opportunity to not crash into things.
Interesting. So would I have that for all cars? Oh. Tuners.
I don't think you have a tuner.
Yeah, I don't think I have a tuner. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit!
forgot.
This music, man.
I forgot about zone, man. That's pretty sweet. This game is just designed to make you feel like you're a good racer. Juiced was designed to be like real racing, and that's why it sucked.
Oh, you didn't like Juiced?
No.
Yo.
We liked Juiced when we played it, dude, but we went back and played it years later, and we hated it.
Really?
Yeah, because the controls were just sloppy. Not sloppy, but the car handled almost like, you know how in Far Cry 3 they handled sort of more realistic?
Yeah.
It was like that, but it didn't feel good. It wasn't like it was worth them being more realistic.
Weird.
Yeah. I think we just enjoyed it when we were kids because we played it a bunch. You know, when you're a kid, you have no other games, so you just play whatever
Yeah, dude.
comes your way. I want to go fight this
You know
blue
what
person.
holds up, though? Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory, I remember really liking. And this isn't a road, bro. This isn't a
It
road,
was an exit.
bro. Oh, it was an exit. Okay.
That's not a road, bro.
Where are you hiding? Is that a Rockstar
Hey.
symbol? Well, that was pretty cool. I'm glad it didn't stop to show me, like, what was going on. Oh, I don't... So you have to either hit circle to, like, flash them with your lights, but I guess if you hit their car, that's like a challenge.
You're not supposed to hit him, I don't think.
Well, I can, though.
Or are you supposed to follow him there? No, it's a race, dude. This is a race.
No, this is to get to the race.
No, dude, it's a race. Dude, it's pointing you to the direction. It's a race, bro.
I swear it's a race.
Yo, it's MIA.
Doesn't sound like MIA. Yeah, let's do it.
Yo, you won the prepare.
If you win the prelims, it means you go at the start of the race. Oh! He
Excuse
just got
me.
paid back. He just got paid back. That was hilarious. Oh my god, that was actually pretty clever. Rather than stopping the game immediately, they waited until the next loading screen.
Wow.
And then they showed you.
You see that? Other companies, it's actually possible to not interrupt gameplay.
I think that's pretty clever.
It's like almost like you have the ability to make that decision yourself.
It's almost like you design these games.
It's like you use programs and then program. Excuse me, train car.
Oh, you see that?
He's racing, dude.
What's that?
The train car.
Oh, he's part
He's
of this?
actually racing you guys. Look at him. He's winning so far.
Yeah, trains go really fast, man. You remember in ATV Off-Road Fury how fast the
Yes.
trains go?
I do. Remember how hard it was to get on the back of it.
Oh yeah, you can get on the train. I forgot about that.
And there's no goal. There's so many things in that game that we tried as goals, but like there's no goals in the game, so like you just get there and you're like, all right, well.
Yeah, we just had personal goals.
It was amazing though at the time. Like what an incredible feat it was to just be able to drive. Just go.
Anywhere, yeah. The open world thing was pretty sweet.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by this era. Because they did things actually better than some games do this era, man.
Holy
Oh.
shit, that was dangerous. I'm so lucky that didn't clobber me. Policia!
Like Mass Effect Andromeda, Battlefront 2, Battlefield 1, they all have like 45-second, minute-long loading screens.
What?
It's such a load of shit. It's just like this like, well, there's a lot of things to load. Like, you have the limits of your fucking platform, so play within them.
Yeah, I can't believe that, because I remember when we were doing our Mercenaries playthrough, not that we're done it, but in our Mercenaries playthrough, man, this thing is a tuner. Just realized. Anyways, decided to try
It
that.
was so distracting. It's just like the world just stopped.
Everything just slows down. When we played Mercenaries, those loading screens were really killer. Like, they just honestly did not feel very enjoyable.
Yeah, but it was also the open world for the time was amazing.
Mercenaries?
Which is me actually making the exact same argument I just got mad about. But in 2003, 45-second loading screens aren't the worst thing.
No, I just meant that the period of time, 45 seconds, is annoying. So to do that in a modern game,
Yeah,
I just think that's kind of egregious. Boo!
it kills like momentum. It's like if they stopped us when we hit that that Rockstar thing to be like, yo, you picked up a Rockstar thing. It's like, yeah, I know that, man.
Does kill momentum.
At the same time, though, is it even necessary to tell us about that? Because when we hit it, it said what we got, and it said how many out of how many there were.
Yeah, they don't really have to explain. Well, he told us that they're scattered around the city. Well, we found one of them randomly scattered around the city, so we can kind of assume that.
It's also like a secret thing. You don't need to tell, like, to update people that this additional content is available. Like, kind of the point of unlocking them is, like, that's the fun part, right?
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you're a treasure hunter if you're actually just going out to find them on your own. But when they say, like, do this, go find these Rockstar things, it sucks some of the fun out of it.
Well, like in Mario Odyssey, they show you how many moons there are to collect on each level by these, like, it's like the UI has a white outlined circle indicating spaces left for moons, and then you only need a certain amount in order to get to the next level. It's only like 8 out of like the 16 that there are on the level, and so there are some that are like, how the fuck would you ever figure that out? And it's okay because they're the optional ones.
Oh, okay.
Like, you have to ground
I like
pound
that when,
on like a sand dune and one comes out. It's like, if you made that part of the requirements, that would be dumb.
And Mario's been doing that for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Having those
the blue coins, the red coins.
Stars that are just hidden under the sand in Sunshine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bitch. Don't appreciate that at all.
It's the caps. Is that a derogatory term?
Caps?
Cops?
That's a good question.
Because I was told in some cases it was, but I just keep seeing television characters refer to themselves that way.
Yeah, but they're generally not written by police officers.
But what I mean is, if, like, you know, like a show like 19-2, which is intended as a grounded police show, that you would think that they'd probably consult somebody on that.
You'd hope so, but that's one of those things where you never really know.
All right, well, sorry if it is. It's not my intention.
Definitely not the intention. I think it's one of those things where it depends who you ask as well.
And how you ask.
The word Eskimo is offensive to Canadian Inuit people, but people in Alaska actually use that term.
Really?
Yeah. So it is all subjective.
Weird.
It's kind of like if you give the peace symbol to someone here, they probably think you're a loser, but they know what you mean. Whereas if you go to China, I think it is, and give the peace symbol, it's actually like a fuck you sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So sometimes it's just, it depends on what set of cops you ask and what country.
Yeah, well, the reverse peace sign in the UK is a fuck you.
Yeah, right, putting the peace sign downwards. That's right.
No, sorry, it's the back of your fingers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
because,
okay.
I forget who it was, but, like, archery was really important back in a time period. And so one warring country, if they caught you, they cut off your bow fingers, your two bow fingers, yeah.
Jesus.
So as a fuck you, the opposite country, when they saw their enemy, used to give them those fingers, as in, like, go fuck yourself, I still have my 2 fingers.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's basically our middle finger.
That's kind of cool. And how it just culturally developed differently. I wonder where the middle finger even comes from as a... Whoa! Jesus! See, that's why you're supposed to have a briefing of where the race goes before you actually get out there. Yeah, you gotta have a racing brief.
Aww.
Oh, great.
So you can watch your
in slow motion. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
Oh, the term cop comes from coppers, which is the badges were made out of copper.
Really?
Yeah. And
Interesting.
The fuzz comes from English police with the big fuzzy helmets.
Oh, so funny. I've never really read into those. Copper, isn't that interesting?
Yep.
Thanks for pushing me forward, Copper.
And then some people have said, it's one of those like fornicating under carnal knowledge. Some people have been like, that cop is like constable on patrol, but I don't think that was true.
Yeah, seems less likely. Oh, this is over.
Oh, yeah. That's the red. No,
it's over. You know what? The cops got in the way. Next
Nine
time,
Black Alps.
it's like the Four Non-Blondes.
The Four Non-Blondes? Is that a band?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they do that song, what's it called? Fuck, I'm not gonna sing it for you, so it's gonna be hard to describe. But have you ever seen...
Actually, you should sing it.
Have you
over
ever
top
seen
of
the
this.
He-Man Hey Ya?
The He-Man Hey Ya?
Yeah, He-Man Hey Ya.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They're the ones that sing that song originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's called What's Up. By the Four Non-Blondes.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on
in this institution? Such a great song.
What is that song about?
I have no idea, actually. I really don't. And I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time. I said I wasn't gonna sing it, but here I am.
It's like a good version of "Have a Nice Day."
Have a Nice Day. Oh, by Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
It's much better than that.
It's like the cleanest fucking response you can have to haters. Is John Bon Jovi's "Have a Nice Day"?
Is that what that's all about?
He's like, and then I say, "Have a nice day." It's so dumb.
Oh, what the fuck? Did you see that?
Bon Jovi is my. Whoa! What? Have you always been able to do that?
Yes.
Can you just drive around like that all the time?
That's what just confused me a second ago. Is I was like, what happened? How did I come airborne?
Like, are you able to just drive around like that?
Apparently.
In this mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bon Jovi is my Nickelback.
Oh, the one that you just don't like.
They're just the group that I'm just gonna make fun of, even though I don't actually have a legit point on them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't like the direction they took their music, but I also kind of feel the same way about a lot of bands. The thing is, though...
Damn it! Fuck you, bird!
when you're a band and you're touring, you want different music, right? Dude, the exact same scripted animation just happened through that car. That woman ran right through it and then stopped, yeah.
So that's like just actually part of the game.
Yeah. But yeah, like Bring Me the Horizon has heavy guttural screaming music all the way up to music that can be played on British radios. And so when they tour, they can choose from all of that to put together a really good show.
And to fit the scene. Like fit
who's
there,
too. They
fit
can
the
they
venue.
can fit, you know, if they're in like, I don't know, a small club, they can make different decisions on whether they should be playing headbangers or not.
Yeah, seriously, if you're in a little mom and pop shop,
Yeah.
headbangers maybe
I
not.
don't think BMTH is ever in little mom and pop shops, but
You'd be surprised because you still have the Tragically Hip sometimes just does little mom and pop shops as like, well, I mean, not anymore.
yeah.
But
That's a sad thing that I realized the other day is that we're now at an age where people, like famous people from our childhood, are starting to die.
yeah,
Chris Cornell.
and then Chester, like
Oh,
weeks
fuck.
later. Not even weeks later, like days later, if I remember correctly.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was really tough, that combination.
Yeah.
And I listened to a lot of Chris Cornell right after that.
I love Chris
A lot of
Cornell.
Audio Slave, a lot of his solo stuff, a little bit of Soundgarden.
Soundgarden was great, and then he had his solo stuff, which is also really good.
Yeah, I like his solo stuff. I've always just really liked his voice. His vocals are fantastic.
Oh, dude, he does the musical intro to Casino Royale.
Really.
I'm yourself because no one's coming to save you.
Oh, that's badass.
I fucking love it. I don't know if that's exactly the line, but I love it because it's like it's thematically appropriate because the whole first Casino Royale film is like it is.
God, cunt!
It establishes Bond's distrust with people.
In the first one?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Casino Royale is actually a reboot.
Yes, it's a reboot of the whole series.
I actually honestly thought it was.
Yep, there she is. She did it again.
Yeah. I thought it was a prequel.
Dude, her track ends at the end of the car.
It
Like, she
does.
doesn't exit the car, she only enters the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, this is the song to win on, buddy.
Yeah, this is it. We got it. We got it. No problems.
I swear the music just got louder.
I like that I'm going 100 miles an hour, as if. That's 160 kilometers an hour. There's no way.
I wonder if we can gargle the music.
That's what I was thinking. If we just garbled it a little bit so that it sounded like so the words weren't audible.
I mean, what we can do is we can put a denoiser on it, which you're not supposed to do. Like what we do with our audio or our voiceover audio is we put a denoiser on there and it removes the PS2 in the background and like fuzz noise from boosting microphone quality.
Mm-hmm.
If you throw a denoiser on something that's very loud, it sounds awful. So it's probably possible to slightly gargle it enough that the system doesn't recognize it. Because at that point, they would have to file a manual claim, which would mean that they would have to actually identify us as doing something wrong copyright-wise. Because this definitely constitutes fair use. It's part of
what
it.
we're making. Yeah.
It's a transformative work based off of a transformative work. Like they didn't just take the songs and then throw them back at someone. They put them over a game where they bought. I mean, this game isn't fair use. They most certainly purchased the rights to the songs,
which is a different thing, right?
But the difference here is that the whole thing about fair use is that you're not generating paywall money from your fair use content.
Because then it stops being fair use.
Exactly.
Right?
So you're allowed to make money through Patreon and AdSense and stuff like that at the moment, as far as I know.
That is weird that they can dictate how you can make money.
Yeah.
But I understand why there has to be that protection, because there are a lot of really unscrupulous people who don't really give a shit where the money's coming from.
Well, a big part of fair use, and the reason why it's should be important to everyone, is that it protects freedom of speech and legitimate criticism over a product. Because if you had to go through Rockstar for us to make this, then they would be like, sure, submit the video to us before you want to put it out there.
Yeah, and then once we've approved it and made sure that there's nothing in it that contravenes with anything that...
Yeah.
So
you would have a very oh fuck. Nice correction. Nice correction. Good job.
I lost all my speed though.
Yeah, and momentum and place.
Yeah, I know. I
see that, brother.
Coming up. I think what I did wrong the very first time that I came second place, was I should have hung back so that I could have got a boost off that guy.
Yeah, that would have been good, yeah. Or you can follow, the one that wins always seems to go left. You can just follow the left.
Yeah,
and get a
I just
boost.
need to know which way to go.
I like that you're now making smart decisions with your boosts.
Yeah, I think
It's probably a good idea to use that at the same time that you also use your boost, because that's when you get all that.
It's too late to go left though, because I would have to have gone another direction in order to go left.
Oh, interesting.
You're not getting around me, bitch.
Okay. Oh, they're right behind you.
Yeah, they're right behind me. Yes.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Oh, take that, Bishop.
Next time, more Bishop Bird and Baby T.
Next time, the B Squad. Policia!